Yo, so there was just some eruptive activity at Sakurajima Volcano, and check this out. So it's actually visible again, and we'll go into this mode so that my camera doesn't block it. But you can see there's like a cylindrical thing, and it was happening earlier. If I go back, first of all, you can pretty clearly see it spinning. But let me go back to the eruption or ash ejection. And, at this moment, I guess it's about 20 minutes ago now. So, I was watching and I saw this happening, and you can see it eject the ash, and cool. But notice over here, for a second I thought maybe there was a crack or something that had occurred in the side or bottom down at the base of the mountain here, and then I noticed it was moving, and I was like, wow, is that a dust devil? Or a, some kind of tornado? But it didn't reach, from this perspective, it doesn't reach all the way to the clouds. It just is down, by the base of the volcano, and then you can see the clouds up there. And so this is just like a whirlwind that, might not be, though it does kind of, you can almost see something headed higher, but actually it disappears for a moment. So when I turn the camera back on to look at it, and there is a cylindrical thing, I think it disappeared because of how this is blocking the sunlight, and so what you could see was the dust particles being spun in the sunlight, and that was what I was guessing. So it might still be one on the side, but notice there's like another one maybe now. Okay, that's cool. But this is a phenomenon I've never seen at any volcano, particularly though Sakurajima. And when I looked on the other view, you could see it from a distance, but this is the best, this is the most detailed view. And you can see Sakurajima is putting out gas and smoke right now, but it's just even more well defined right now that you can clearly see, and it looks like it's going up higher. That almost looks like it's reaching into the cloud. And it might be that, again, part of the reason that it might have just disappeared there is because of the way it's being lit. As far as how the sunlight is hitting whatever dust particles are there. That'd be my guess, because you might be able to see it. You can kind of see it disappears as the lighting changes. So it might not actually be completely disappeared. I think it could just be that the sun isn't shining through, and so you don't see the effect of the sunlight on the spinning cylinder, right? On the whirlwind. But that's cool. I suppose that's two that have formed, and like I said, this one looks like it reaches up into the cloud. So possibly a really weak, I don't know. I don't know if I'd call it a tornado, but definitely a dust devil. And you gotta think, this is these are ships, right? And here's this mountain, so it's not insignificant in size. It just doesn't look as big because of the scale of everything else. But it looks like even there's two. And one of my thoughts earlier was maybe it's that there's, the air is really hot as it's ejecting the ash, and you're seeing some volcanic activity going on. So It looks like, I mean, not sure it is 100% going to the clouds, but it definitely does look like it's making its way up. And this is, like I said, I've been looking at volcanoes for a while. This is not like a phenomena that I've seen commonly, if at all, before. So that's pretty. And then the fact that another one spawned up, and maybe there were two dancing around there at the same time. That's really interesting, to say the least. So let's just go back. You'll be able to see the ash ejection. So you can see the first one, and it starts working its way up the up towards the rim. It doesn't really make it all the way that far, but like I said, maybe it actually gets further, and you just can't see it because you can't see the light shining through the particles as they're being spun around. So here's the ejection. This is, at this point, 30 minutes ago. Here's the ash being ejected. And here's the dust devil. The whirlwind. And like I said, it's still pumping out, you know, gases and probably some smoke in there because it looks a little darker than steam, and it might be a little bit of ash, but yeah. And then so here's this one. Like I said, it's way more well defined on the other camera, though. Again, this view looks really good, and this is even a more distant camera, so the fact that it's visible on this one is, you know, it's even more impressive, in my opinion. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's gonna be about it. I just am kind of, I'm impressed by it, and I'm also like, wow, this is something really cool to have caught on this stream here. And one last time, it really does look like it's going all the way up to the cloud, because you can see it, and it just like transfers back into the cloud there. So this is going reverse, so that, yeah, really interesting. All right, let's see if there's anything live. Oh, did another one spawn up? Am I can't tell if you can see it or not, so I'm just gonna back over to that, but change views. But yeah, I mean, another one has appeared, it seems. Has this been going on all day, maybe? Yeah, maybe so, actually. This is before. So the ash ejection's about 30 minutes ago, but this is about 40 minutes ago. So I wasn't looking as closely to be able to notice something like this until there was the ash ejection. And then I was like more looking at it and could see this one. But like I said, it looks like this was going on 40 minutes ago too. And maybe if we go back, is that another instance where there's like two? So it looks like there's one here and one here. And this could be something that's relatively, well, I say relatively common at volcanoes, but I look at volcano webcams a lot. Like, I have them just on in the background, and this is not something that I've seen to this degree where it's like you can very clearly make out a spinning cylinder of air, uh, spinning vortex, a dust devil or a whirlwind, whatever you want to call it, but and two, maybe three at the same time, and they're dancing around each other. One, two, three. I had thought earlier maybe it was due to, like I said, the ash ejection just causing a lot of heat. And it could be that, you know, whoa, that's even more, these are even more well defined. This is really, so this is going forward. And it looks to me like they start over here maybe and work their way all the way up to the rim as much as they can. Because this one gets like right up there. And as I was saying, you might just not be able to see them because they lack, light hitting them in a way that makes them visible. But the air could still be spinning. Like this one looks even more well defined. Wow. I'm actually really impressed here. This is not something. Also looks like there was some more ash, another ash ejection here earlier. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, and here's an ash ejection. Cool. So as I'm scrubbing through this, you can see it on the small thumbnail as I scrub through it. Like I'm really wanting to go back and see if there's a good example where you can clearly see it. And I think you can even see that this one disappears as it goes more into the shade, so I think it's just harder to see, but I think they might still be there. Like I think they do work their way up. It's almost like they're being like pulled up into the cone. And one yeah, up towards the rim. And one of the things that I believe is there's a definite connection between, in my opinion, volcanoes and weather systems, weather phenomena. Um, and it can. I'm sure there are general truths to that, and I think they're like volcano dependent. So different volcanoes have different weather phenomena that might happen at them more consistently. But this is actually today doesn't look like the rim is particularly obscured as much, but there's just a lot of cloud and gas up above, which is not always the case. Going back 2 hours, so and this might have just been happening all day, which is interesting to think in and of itself. Hold on. I do think some of it has to do with hot air, so maybe like as the day, because we're later in the day on the second as far as Japanese time is concerned, so earlier in the morning here. you can see there's another ash ejection, but you don't see the same type of activity going on. So, I'm gonna go through it a little more, but I think that it's only been going on as the day maybe got hotter, and you can also see earlier there wasn't as much like cloud cover directly above. So there's some more ash ejection. All right, I don't think anything's going on back there as far as these dust devils are concerned, right? As far as these whirlwinds are concerned. But yeah, okay. I could keep looking at this for a while, honestly, because it's really interesting as far as like, I don't, this is the first time I've noticed this, and I have this on every day in the background, so I don't think this is common, which is pretty cool. And again, one last time, you can clearly see it reaches like up to just below the cloud, if not into the cloud, which is also pretty interesting to me. And, is it uncommon? Okay, I'm gonna end this here. I could just keep going, but I'm not. I'm gonna end this here. So I hope you've enjoyed this look at the dust devils and whirlwinds down at the bottom of Sakurajima today. I guess it is the second now here in Houston. It's 12:15 a.m. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed, and yeah, have a blessed one. Later. Yeah.